So you just bought one of our yo-yos. Here's how to set it up. Inside, you'll find the yo-yo set up with a responsive bearing, a kit, which includes the unresponsive bearing, a longer axle, and a bearing removal tool. You'll also find the string pack and our branded carrying pouch. The first step is to string up the yo-yo. Pull out a string, and the string is going to have two ends, an end with a loop and an end with no loop. Untwist the end with no loop and open up your fingers. It's important to apply tension at this point. While keeping tension, thread it around the yo-yo like so. To avoid any knots, pull on the string while slowly unwinding. The next step is to adjust the string length. Drop the yo-yo on the ground and pinch the string at your belly button. Afterwards, fold the string over and make a new loop. Simply imagine these two strings as one and tie a knot like so. It can be tricky at first, so I've done this part slowly for you to see. Pull tight and your new finger loop should be formed. Cut off the excess string with a pair of scissors. I usually leave a little bit of string just to be safe. The next step is to make the slip knot. Fold the new finger loop you just made onto the string and pull through like so. You now have a finger loop that automatically adjusts to your finger size and gets tighter as you use the yo-yo. If you try to wind the yo-yo normally, it won't work. Pinch the string with one hand like so and wrap the string around a few times. Then, take your finger out and continue winding up the rest. Your yo-yo is now ready to go. Just a quick tip, the string should wrap over top the yo-yo, not under. This yo-yo in its responsive configuration can tackle all of the basic up and down tricks. It jumps back to your hand very easily and can teach you the basic elements to get you started. But if you try more modern complicated string tricks, it will likely knot up easily. At this point, it's time to make your yo-yo unresponsive. Unlike responsive yo-yos, unresponsive yo-yos don't come back with a simple tug. They spin for way longer, but a special trick called a bind is needed to get the yo-yo back to your hand. You can find tutorials for this online. To make your yo-yo unresponsive, get the included responsive bearing kit and unscrew the yo-yo. Insert the bearing tool and push inwards while wiggling the tool. This will walk the bearing off of the yo-yo like so. Next, unscrew the short axle. A quick tip, if the bearing is really stuck, a household pair of pliers should get the job done. The same goes for the axle. Grab it and spin the yo-yo half loose. This next step is important. The responsive bearing is packed with grease, so it's important to clean off the bearing seat with a tissue. If the unresponsive bearing gets any grease on it, it may become responsive over time. Since the unresponsive bearing is wider, the longer axle is needed. Screw in the longer axle and install the wide, unresponsive bearing. Screw together the halves and make sure the yo-yo is hand tight. Restring the yo-yo as shown earlier in the video, and your yo-yo is now unresponsive and ready to go. Your yo-yo will now perform modern string tricks with ease. You are now ready to learn modern, unresponsive yo-yoing.